Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the annual general meeting at Wynyard Council Chambers, and the time to begin is 5:30. So the meeting opened at 5:30, and we're very light on in the gallery tonight. So record of attendance. Councillors, all councillors are here, and in attendance, anyone extra will be listed in the on the attendance sheet. Leave of absence, we have none, and apologies, we have none. So I welcome all of you, and I have a statement to read out for this particular meeting. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Tomagina people, and to pay our respect to those that have passed before us, their history and their culture. I would also like to advise that the meeting will be recorded and live streamed in accordance with the Council Policy Gov.017 digital recording of council meetings. On behalf of the Council, I extend a warm welcome to all of you attending this annual general meeting this evening. This AGM is an opportunity to reflect on the past year and an opportunity for community members to raise matters you consider are important to the community. 2024-25 was a year of project development and delivery, with significant progress on our key capital project for Boat Harbour Beach, the successful introduction of food, organics and garden waste curbside collections in our urban areas, and the many other successes, big and small, which you can read about in the report itself. Council is proud of the breadth and depth of projects and activities undertaken on your behalf this year. We have taken time to listen to and work with the community and hear what they feel is important, so we can incorporate their views into our long-term plans and future developments. Council continued the important project to design its new childcare centre on the site adjacent to the high school and progress the necessary background approvals. This will consolidate all Council's childcare offerings in one location, including out-of-hours school care. Ongoing work has occurred on long-term solutions for our coastlines and our communities such as Sisters Beach and other areas prone to coastal erosion. Important work underpinned by Council's commitment to environmental sustainability. Council also completed the Sisters Beach playground and exercise equipment installation and reviewed the Frederick Street Reserve Master Plan, both projects benefiting from significant community input. On the 17th of December 2024, Waratah Wynyard Council formally adopted its inaugural Reflect Reconciliation Action Plan, marking a significant milestone in its commitment to reconciliation. The plan acknowledges the Tomagina people as traditional custodians and embeds First Nations perspectives into council policy and practice. As we move forward into 2026, I'm incredibly proud of this Council's achievements and know that the hard work and dedication of staff and of all staff and councillors will continue to be at the heart of our success. In conclusion, I would like to thank the community of Waratah Wynyard for their ongoing engagement with Council and encourage them all to continue to work with us as we shape the future. We also thank our committed and dedicated elected members and employees who strive to provide the best outcomes for our municipal area. Item 3 is confirmation of the previous minutes. The recommendation before you, councillors, is that council receives and notes the minutes of the annual general meeting of the Waratah Wynyard Council held at 21 Saunders Street, Wynyard on the 9th of December 2024, previously circulated and adopted at the council meeting on 16th of December 2024. Are there any corrections or amendments for these minutes before I put that motion? No. I call for a mover of that motion, please. Councillor Roberts. Seconder, Councillor Courtney. If there are no amendments or corrections, I put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Carried unanimously. Item 4. Annual Report Public Submissions. Under the provisions of the Local Government Act 1993, Council invited the community to make submissions on its annual report for discussion at the annual general meeting. The closing date for submissions was the 22nd of October 2025 and none have been received. Item 5, public questions without notice. Item 6, public questions without notice. We have none this evening. And item 7, notices of motion. None have been received. Item 8, annual report 2024-25. There is a recommendation before you, councillors, that council notes the annual report for the year ended 30th of June 2025. The purpose is to adopt the annual report in line with legislative requirements. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Raw has moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Roberts. Are there any comments, questions, or anything that, that needs to be discussed around this annual report? Yes, Councillor Courtney.
I'll actually just take the time to say that I'm disappointed that there's no one in the gallery and that there's been nothing received from the public, because that to me might be an indicator that they're not paying attention to what we're doing, and that's disappointing because we have had such a successful 12 months and again we're in the black and again we're delivering on projects. So I'm disappointed that there's not more public recognition of what the council has done, and I'll just take a brief opportunity to thank all our senior management staff that have worked so hard for us over the last 12 months to deliver everything that we've been putting forward and to be giving us the good advice that you have been giving us, that we're doing well, that we're staying in the black, that we are delivering. So I'll take this opportunity to say thanks to the staff and ask that the public perhaps become more involved and aware of what council does.
Thank you. I do believe that we did put notices out for inviting people to attend, and obviously maybe they just felt that we're doing such a good job, they won't come along. That's a negative way, really, of looking at it.
I would just like to actually say that actually what you've just touched on there, Daniam, is over the 4 years, nearly 4 years of being here, obviously we've had people in the gallery, we've had things raised and matters, and I think the staff and the councillors themselves and the council itself and our new CEO are doing a tremendous job. And it does go to show that if there's not people with pitchforks and flaming pitch, I think that we're doing a pretty good job. So credit to you all.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Are there any further comments? Councillor Raw?
I'd like to say something, please. Look, the annual report for the council has given our community a really good representation of all that's happened in our municipality over 24-25, and there have been many achievements that make Waratah Wynyard a great place to live. You can see much of the work in the community as you move around. Things like the Boat Harbour Beach Master Plan sees the building coming out of the ground. The Somerset Sporting Precinct is well into planning stages, and the Wynyard Sporting Precinct is midway in completion. Upgrades on the English River walking track can be seen, and developing the amenities and visitor experience on Table Cape are all progressing and moving forward. And alongside this work, our teams still continue to maintain the roads, the road edges, keep the weeds under control, and keep our parks and gardens tidy and well presented for us to enjoy. But the personal highlights of the annual report for me have been the work towards the new childcare centre, and why that's a highlight is that council has seen the need in the community for many more childcare places that private enterprise can't provide, and so council stepping in with a new build that will bring all their council childcare services together to provide a quality experience for all our children. And the positioning of the building next to the Larrapie Child and Family Learning Centre and the schools provides an opportunity for services to work together and enhance learning for all our children and their families. The second highlight was the implementation of FOGO recycling for me. Now that was a big change in habits for myself and community, but with the leadership of Council and Dulverton, we can now direct our food and garden waste back to the making of composts for gardens in our municipality. That's a great thing. And this on its own is ideal for sustainability, but the goal of FOGO to halve waste to landfill reduces the costs to ratepayers for rubbish for services, so it's a win-win on two fronts. The opening of the coastal pathway from Burnie to Wynyard. The Waratah Wynyard commitment to getting that pathway open is really beneficial for our community on two fronts, I see. Firstly, to see the number of community members of all ages now using the track in so many ways must improve the healthiness of our community. And secondly, the tourists from other parts of Tasmania, other states of Australia, and internationally now I've spoken to people who've come here to stay and be in our community with the specific goal of using the track. But there are two other highlights for me where Council has focused more on how we work with our community and our people, and just to prove that achievements aren't always buildings and structures. The Community Wellbeing Plan, with its focus on being healthy and well, connected and active, with families safe and community safe, and being vibrant and inclusive and developing skills for life, has been a highlight for me to see that to come together. And the Reconciliation Action Plan, Reflect, with its focus on relationships, respect, opportunities and governance. They're two things that I have felt great ownership and happiness to be part of. So how does the Council achieve these things in an annual report? It's not by chance. I don't know whether everybody knows or people in the community know, but it's done by a strategic planning cycle, which includes accountability and reporting back to our community, a rigorous set of financial strategies that support and enable the priorities by being behind them, communication and involvement with the community as highlighted in the communication and engagement strategy, and council staff and councillors being lifelong learners. Things change rapidly for our world, and keeping abreast with best practice by learning is an imperative way if we're going to continue to work well for our community, and it was great to see that included in the plan. Waratah Wynyard Council often gets accolades for constantly having financials that are in the black, and we provide for and exist in a community. That's a very likeable place to live. The annual report highlights all of this. But as an organisation providing for its communities, we can't rest always with our successes. All organisations strive to do better, and so can we, Waratah Wynyard Council. Some of the ways we might look at are giving and receiving feedback and how we do that and what that looks like in best practice, using specific data to drive what we actually do, really working together as a team and fine-tuning all those team practices. So I think Waratah Wynyard can look at those things and keep improving. So I'm looking forward to working for another year with council staff and councillors to provide an annual report similar to 24-25. It's great work by all, well done, staff and councillors. And next year I think we can have another great annual report, plus more. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Orr. Thank you. That's a very in-depth analysis of our annual report. Are there any further speakers to this report, please? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Carried unanimously. Item 9 is closure. There being no further business, the annual general meeting is closed at 5:43, and I thank everyone for their attendance.
Thank you.
Just give us a minute to stop the recording.